this video is sponsored. This video is sponsored by Amber Student. An Amber Student is a platform through which students can book accommodation from anywhere in the world, and it is especially great for international students. Amber Student is located in over 100 cities around the world. It is located in countries like Australia, Ireland, India, Canada, USA, and UK. They have accommodation facilities near over 800 universities. Now, for the UK, they have almost 600,000 rooms available for students to book. So, no matter where you're coming from, you can find a room through Amber Student. And one thing I like about Amber Student was the fact that they have a policy where they say no visa, no pay. And I'm like, eh? No visa, no pay. Because if you are an international student looking for accommodation, most of the time you are told to pay a deposit. Yes, and some of the time we don't know if we're going to be given the visa. So the fact that they say no visa, no pay, and I'm like, wow. There's also the fact that there is no need for a guarantor. And I know as an international student, I'm sure you've heard that in the UK to get accommodation, you need to have a guarantor that will sign, or you might have to pay 6 months rent. And the fact that you can get your place without a guarantor is a major plus for me, and I'm sure for you. So that is why I'm collaborating and bringing them to you, my viewers. And I know that if you sign up with them, if you get an accommodation with them, you are going to enjoy your stay in the UK, because accommodation is a stressful part of relocating to the UK as an international student. So please check the link in the description box. You can sign up with them. It's just a 3-step process. You check the cities where you are going to be, look for the one that fits your budget, then you contact them. You have personalized assistance, so you'll be able to understand what to do, and then the paperwork, they will help you along with it, and then you sort the payment out with them. So it's easy peasy. Check the description box for the link to sign up with them.
Everybody know I'm a visual. Yeah, I kill it cold like a criminal. I'm everybody's type, but nobody can deny. Yes, you know I get it, I'm getting freaky, yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky on, get that freaky on, freaky, get it right.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amomi, aka Petite Diva, and I am a University of Nottingham alumni and also a Developing Solutions Scholarship Award winner. In this educational series, I talk about everything concerning admission in the UK. I talk about the whole visa application process. I talk about tips and tricks on how to make sure your stay in the UK is as enjoyable as possible. And I also talk about tips and tricks on how to make more money as an international student. So if you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, in this video, I'll be talking about one major headache most international students have, and that is accommodation. I'm going to share the different types of accommodation that is available for international students. So if you want to know more about this, please keep on watching. So there are 3 different types of accommodation for international students. The number one is the school accommodation. Most schools in the UK, most universities in the UK have accommodation facilities for students, both undergraduate and postgraduate, and it is available to both UK students and also international students. Most of the time, the accommodation facilities are located on the campuses. Some schools have more than 1 campuses. My school had like 3 or 4, and most times they have accommodation in most of the campuses. Now, When you get an admission, you would, at a point in time, you will get emails from the accommodation team telling you there's accommodation, and even some webinars and seminars showing you the different types of accommodation they have. Most of the time you have the accommodation that lasts for like 44 weeks and then 51 weeks. There are some accommodation buildings. There are some buildings that are just allocated for undergrad. There are some that are a mixture of undergrad and postgrad. I've not seen one that is just mainly postgrad. And then we have different types. We have suite rooms, and we have the rooms that don't have toilet and bathroom. And suite rooms have toilet and bathroom. The rooms are part of a flat. Each flat contains like 5 rooms or 3 rooms or 4 rooms, and then they share the kitchen and also share the living room. If you pay for the ensuite, which is usually more expensive than the one that is non-ensuite, you have your own bathroom and toilet. If you don't pay, you have to share. So there are some flats that will have ensuite rooms. There are some flats that there's no ensuite rooms. Most of the time, the length of rent is usually like 44 weeks or 51 weeks. Now, if you're an international student, 51 weeks pays you, because except you are going to go home early, and I don't think so, because especially if you're a postgraduate student, you still have to be around, because you might not have submitted your thesis after 44 weeks. I think more of the 44 weeks is for the undergrads that are still coming back. Once they are done with the exam, that's all for the year, and then you come back the next year. But for postgrad, I know that after the term is over, you're still working on your thesis. So the 51 weeks length of stay pays postgraduate, and then because of you might not be going home during the holidays like the Christmas, Easter, it's best to sign up for the 51 weeks. Now, for the school accommodation, most of the time you are required to like pay a deposit. I think for NTU it's about £200. If you indicate interest, you're supposed to pay a deposit to seal your accommodation. The issue with the school accommodation is that if you indicate interest and pay your deposit, you are locked in. If you indicate interest in school accommodation and you don't cancel it within the cancellation period, you are locked in. You must stay in that accommodation. There is no, I saw a cheaper place when I arrived. It's not possible. So for me, I tell people, if you know you cannot afford the accommodation cost or the school accommodation, don't even indicate, don't sign up for any form, because you are locked in. Most of the time they have an installment payment plan, just like your school fees. Some is 3, some is 2, some is 4, depending on school. Another pro for school accommodation is the fact that you're located in the campuses. So if you get an accommodation, and you'll be advised to get an accommodation that is close to your campus or in your campus. So if you get one that is in your campus where you're receiving lectures, you don't have to spend money on the bus fare to get to school. You probably will just come out from your room, come out from the building and go to class. And so all that lateness, if you plan yourself, is avoided. So that's one advantage of the school accommodation. Now, that also has a disadvantage, because during the holidays everywhere is like dead, because almost everybody has gone home and you're in the school environment. There's another type of student accommodation that is similar to the school accommodation, that is a bit better than the school accommodation, and that one is the private student accommodation. It's similar to the school accommodation in the sense that most of them are like high-rising, or let's say story buildings. Yes, story buildings. They have the same concept as the school accommodation, and they actually look sometimes look similar. They do the same flat sharing. They have suite rooms too. You have 44 weeks length of stay. You also have 51 weeks length of stay. For both the private student accommodation outside the school and the school accommodation have like a laundry room, a central laundry room that you have to get coins or something like that and use. So there's no washing machine or dryer in most of the flats in both accommodation. Most of the private student accommodation are a mixture of undergrad and postgrad. Now for the private student accommodation, most of the time they are located near the campuses. They are not located in the campuses, but they are very, very close. They are like walking distance. They are where people are living, so even when there's a holiday, there's still a bit of life around because people are living around. You find some are close to supermarkets, some are close to some eateries. Like now for Nottingham 2, which is one of those private student accommodation that was close to one of the campuses of University of Nottingham, that is Jubilee campus. I know that Nottingham 2 had Lidl by the side. It had Greg's. It had it was a Chinese restaurant. It also had Subway. So that made, and then there was a gym close by. I know that for sure. There was a gym close by. So it is more in tune, or rather more incorporated into the community. Yes, that's the word. The community is more incorporated into the community, unlike the student accommodation that is just in the campuses. If you're someone that wants to be part of the community but wants the student accommodation, then the private student accommodation is best for you. Now, if you're someone like me that first of all is afraid of heights, so I cannot stay in a place that has different story buildings. I went to Nottingham 2 and I had to go up, and I was like, because I went to see a friend who wanted to collect something for school, and I was like, is it me that will come and be staying here? No, I can't do that. 2, I don't like people. I'm an introvert and I don't like a lot of people, and I don't think I can do that student parole, too many student parole. That means too many students that are around me. I really don't like it. And then the fact that there might be some restrictions to what you can do in a student accommodation, either in school or private. I'm like, nah, I don't do that. So if you are someone like me, then the third option is for you, and that is the private student houses. I stayed in a private house, a private flat. It was just 2 bedrooms, so it was just me and someone, and that was okay for me. I like 2-3 bedrooms at least. Amber Student has private houses that students can stay. There are private houses that are like 2 bedrooms, there are 3 bedrooms, there's 5 bedrooms, there's 4 bedrooms, I've seen 6 bedrooms, depending on depending on your taste. For someone like me, I stick to 2 to 3 because I don't like people. I'm just joking, but I don't like a lot of people because so much noise, and I start getting a bit irritated. But there are private houses that are 5 bedrooms, 6 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, depending on your choice. They have like more than, for the 5 to 6, I think they have like 2 to 3 bedrooms and toilet. There are some of the rooms that might be en suite. Now, if you see the 2 bedrooms, it might not be en suite, but if you get the 3 bedroom, one of them might be en suite. 4 bedroom, the same thing. 5 to 6, there are some that they'll have 2 bedrooms that are en suite. That means you have your own toilet and bedroom, but you share the living room and you also share the kitchen. Now, those private ones, like how I got mine, I got it through someone. As you've watched my videos, I got it through someone on a forum that had already contacted the landlord. Now with Amber Students, they can do that for you, and I think it's preferable now to use the Amber Students to get houses like that, because they are now in contact with the landlord. If you have any issues with the landlord, there's no need for guarantor. They are the ones serving as guarantor. Another advantage to using Amber Student is that if you are a single Pringle like me that is relocated and you really don't know people in the city that you're going to, or you want private housing, they can help you to get other roommates that fill up the other house. Or if you're someone that has already joined your school group and you found people that you want to live with, they can help you to get private house together. So you are like 4 and you decide, okay, we want a 4-bedroom flat. They will also work that out for you. So I think it is a great platform to use. They are available in Nottingham. Yes, I checked. They're available in London. They're available in Manchester, Liverpool, Sheffield, and a whole lot of cities in the UK. So remember to check the link in the description box to be able to sign up and get a place fast. Okay, now we've come to the end of this video, and if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.
I'll be on the top.